It's interesting to watch how you guys have been able to almost create environments for every kind of person to feel like you've made it for them. When it comes to your
I
restaurants,
hope
to your
that's what we do.
nightlife.
Yeah, I mean that is our our core mission. I think is to be able to everybody to be able to enjoy it. Come see 50 Cent for $50 and be in the front row possibly if you
Best
get
show
there
I've
early
gone.
enough.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Best show I've fucking gone to.
or if you
Yeah.
want to spend
Right. Right.
thousands of dollars and sit at a table and have that experience, you can do that too. So hopefully we can get everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I think that's kind of like that vision. It's like even nightlife or restaurant. It's like obviously there's a lot of people that want to feel elite in a nightclub, and there's a different feel. But I think for our overall brand, it's like it's almost like a Parisian cafe where like you have your millionaire sitting there having coffee with their college kid with every, and we try to appeal to everybody, and if we do, we'll be a success.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do. From my experience,
Yeah.
I've gone to a few of your locations at this point prior to really knowing or having a conversation with you, and each time I've been like, this fucking place knows what they're doing. Like they know how to do it,
Thank you. I
and
appreciate
it's
it.
always like from since I DJ full time and I've worked clubs, I always look at how security treats the client before they walk through the door.
Yeah.
And I always think the persona of security kind of sets the tone because they're the first kind of people you see.
100%.
And
Couldn't
you
agree
had
more.
amazing security, bro. Like
Thank
it's
you.
not like they were like bubbly or something like that, but they were respectful,
Friendly and
Yeah,
respectful.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
something to get that energy before you walk in.
Security is a tough one to breed that culture and that mentality because nobody's doing it as their full time job.
Right.
Like we need so many too. We have an amazing VP of security. He runs the department. The way our culture is all vice presidents of each department. Like so, it's kind of like a board of directors that
Yeah,
run the
yeah.
company. His name's Charlie Kane. He's been in the state police. He was a state police drug unit guy. He was a lieutenant. He ran he runs that department. He's
Right, right.
unbelievable. So he retired basically and came to work. He's brothers with Ed King, who's the owner, and he is unbelievably good at like training these guys to be in position, on point, professional, handbooks. And then I think the hospitality part comes from what we do already, and training these guys to be like, guys and girls to smile, have fun with people.
Yes.
You don't have to be a bouncer, like which is typically. I think I've gone to a few nightclubs where they treat you like absolute garbage at the door in the way. They treat you like cattle. They push you through. I never wanted to do that, even when I was a 21-year-old. After going to a few of those places, and I think that was the norm.
It almost turns you away if you get that energy right at the door.
It should, if you have any, worth. But for us, we never wanted to be like that. We were always, and you're only as good as your worst person on their worst day. So we've had tons of incidents and issues. Like we're definitely not perfect. But for us, if that's the vibe you get, that's the goal. Is that everybody treats you with respect, smiles, and we appreciate the guest. Like because otherwise, what are we doing?
Right, right, yeah,
And
yeah.
we try to show that same appreciation to the staff so they can show it back to the guest. It's like we appreciate you, you appreciate them, and that's how our business operates. And it's worked pretty well. I feel like our lines, like I even went to Vegas and was kind of treated like garbage once. So I was
Yes,
like,
yes.
wow, this is Vegas. I expected like that to be, like, the
Premiere,
premiere.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the club I went to was. It
was a nice one, yeah.
And the first people I met were like super unhelpful and stuff. Eventually, we got to the right place because we had some people that knew where to go. But it was like I was actually kind of taken aback. I was like, wow, we wouldn't tolerate this at our place. So, yeah, it's nice to hear you say that, and I think that's a huge part of what separates our clubs is hospitality.
Yeah. You guys handle the pressure well, I think. When it comes to how atmosphere is created, I think the pressure of having to deal with people every single day can wear thin on you. And when you're saying, you're only as good as your worst person,
Yes.
you guys have done a great job. And once again, like I've only gone a few times, so I can't speak for everybody who's, but as a fan of what you guys do from what I've experienced with you guys, I think you handle the pressure of having a lot of people in your venue really well, the pressure of having to get food out on time properly, and just delivering on the things that people expect. I think you nail it more often than not, so
I would take that compliment and agree with it. I think that we're we've been doing it a long time. Those systems have had time to practice and work out the kinks, and none of those things work without failing a bunch of times. It's things, and we've definitely had our fair share of like struggles, but but I do think that, I mean, I don't go out to eat that much anymore, but every time I have, there's been some sort of disaster or something
Yes,
that's
yes.
been like almost comically bad. And I think we mitigate that stuff a lot. Although, if we went through all the incidents that I've compiled over the years and that we've dealt with, we definitely have our own too. Nobody's perfect, but I think if you mitigate it and you have people that want to be there, that want to be hospitable in service of others. If you do a good job of that at the beginning, you mitigate a lot of that stuff because you can make the mistakes as long as you recover them, and that's hospitality too. It's like people almost are going to be happier if you recover a mistake than if you just do everything perfectly all the time too, like because you show that you actually
You're human.
care.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
try to make up for those things.
Yeah.
So we generally we have good systems for that.
What what makes you the proudest about what you do? Like, what do you enjoy and what do you take great satisfaction in now that you've been doing it for 25 years,
It's always the people to me. It's the connections and people that I've worked with that, say nice things about you behind your back, that you had some sort of positive impact in their lives, never mind just work. I've worked with a lot of people now, a lot of managers, a lot of staff members. We've been through every kind of situation you could ever imagine. To me, I think the whole point of doing this is the connections with people. Guests too. I mean, and it comes up in a lot of different aspects of your life. To me, obviously, I'd love to have every single person stay and work with me forever. That's great, but that's obviously not a realistic thing. People have gone and opened their own places. They've gone and become, my position at other venues, other companies all over the country. I think that, to me, the thing that I'm the most proud of is that I hear from a lot of these people still, that even people that I've terminated over the years that didn't work out at our time, maybe came back around and was, mentioned like, oh my God, like what I learned there and I took for granted, or, so I think that if we, treating people with respect and being hospitable to your staff, and actually caring about people, like to me, those are the things that make it special. Like to have people all over the world going, oh, I learned from Jamie, or I learned from Pig Night, that to me is the most special. So, and that's happening. Like I've noticed it more now that I'm getting older, than I had any appreciation for it before. As I did, like I used to, somebody leave, I'm like, all right, they left. Like, I'd have that, when I was younger, I'd have that feeling. But the older I get, the more I appreciate, like, it's a transient industry. Things are going to happen. People are going to, but if you build that culture and you build that culture around people and you personally show them that you care and you're there for them, they do it back to you, and it comes back a million times over. And I think that's what it's all about.